In this series of practicals, we're going to be investigating different factors and how they affect the rate or the speed of a reaction. At O-level, we use the word rate, which is the time that the reactions take place. So our first experiment is a reaction between calcium carbonate and an acid. We've got calcium carbonate and we've got hydrochloric acid. And what we're going to be investigating this time is particle size. We've got two bottles of calcium carbonate, and the difference between the two, one is a powder and one is chips. We call them marble chips. So the difference between the two of these is particle size. The practical goes that we are going to measure out 1 gram of each of these. So we're going to keep all the other variables the same. 1 gram of calcium carbonate powder. Oops. Okay, near enough. 1.01 grams of calcium carbonate powder. We're going to place this into a small conical flask. And the same mass of calcium carbonate chips, if we can find some. Find one small enough to make up 1 gram. Okay, and 1 gram of calcium carbonate chips. And what we're going to do is we're going to mix both of them one at a time with hydrochloric acid, and the reaction that occurs is calcium carbonate and hydrochloric acid make calcium chloride, carbon dioxide and water. Okay, so here I have some hydrochloric acid that I've measured out. I've got 50 cubic centimeters, and I've got both my marble chips in one and my calcium carbonate powder in the other. I'm going to do one at a time, and I'm going to time how long it takes for the reaction to proceed to completion. So for the bubbles to stop being produced, the bubbles of calcium carbonate. So as I pour this in, I need to start my stopwatch, and hopefully you can see that immediately there are bubbles of carbon dioxide being produced as the metal carbonate and the acid react. Bubbles are dying down now. You can see there's a little bit of powder left at the bottom. But the bubbles, as I see the last bubbles being produced, I will stop my stopwatch. Still producing a little bit of carbon dioxide. And that's it. Okay, so I have 1 minute and 4 seconds, 4.66. So I'm going to record that here, and then we're going to do the second experiment with the marble chips. Okay, so I've poured out a second 50 milliliters of hydrochloric acid, 1 molar hydrochloric acid, and now I've got my marble chips. I'm going to start the same method, pour it in, start the stopwatch, try and keep the method exactly the same. This time we're expecting it to take a little bit longer. So we'll start the stopwatch and pour it in. In this one, you'll notice the bubbles are being produced just about as vigorously, but not throughout the beaker, the conical flask. And we'll leave it until it is complete. So far we're on 40 seconds. Okay, there's the last little bit of marble chip that is still producing a little bit of carbon dioxide. There you can see it, and we are at 31 minutes and 57 seconds.